Hey, this is Tanya again from Tinkerin' and Ink with Tanya. And in November 2015, I did a card for a blog hop featuring the stamp set Wonderland. And this is one of the cards. This card generated some interest because it has this fun Northern Lights kind of background. I had a couple of people ask if I would do a tutorial on that. So I'm going to do a quick video, hopefully without coughing too much, because my asthma's flaring up. I'm sorry. Just a quick one to show you how I did that background. Now every time you do it, it's going to be different. This is watercolor paper that I've taped down to a piece of MDF board. You can use a cutting board, whatever you have handy. And this is just some masking tape. I'm not even sure. I think it's painter's tape, actually. So we're going to take some Blackberry Bliss ink. We're going to sponge that on first, and kind of randomly, I think I kind of choose to do a Y or an X shape on my paper most of the time. And then some Night of Navy, and maybe I should pick that up so it doesn't wiggle the entire table when I sponge. And the less talking I do, the less I will cough. So I will be silent part of this video. You want to get a good layer of Night of Navy on here. And it looks like I'm covering all that Blackberry Bliss up, but I promise it'll show up plenty. Nice and dark. We're going to be using some water to spritz on here. First I'm going to spritz to kind of make everything blend together a bit. Oops, it helps if you aim the spritzer in the right direction. And then I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to dry this with my heat tool. I'll be right back. Okay, it's all dry now, and now I'm just going to take, I have a watercolor water brush here, or a paintbrush here. Doesn't really matter, you could probably use your aqua painter for this too. And you're going to try to make great big splashes of color that form more of a line up and down on the paper. And now, hopefully that's not too much of a hot mess when I wipe this away. Then I'm just going to take my dabbing cloth. I use this to clean my stamps, really. But it comes in handy for this too. So now it looks pretty hot messy. It looks more like outer space. To soften the stark difference between the parts that got the water on it and the parts that don't, I'm going to just sponge across with Night of Navy again. Oop, here I'm making everybody wiggle again. And see how that softens it up and creates that nice Northern Lights look, kind of. And I had some water on the corner here, and that kind of smeared across too. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Let's see if that adds another dimension. So this is what that sheet of paper looks like. This was my next attempt. It looks kind of nebulous. It looks more like outer space. I was going for more lines like in this one. I tend to use a bigger piece than I'm going to need for the card, so I can choose which section of the watercolored piece looks the way I want it to look. By taping it down, you help prevent it from warping so much. And it actually dries pretty darn fast with the heat tool. When you're taking this off, it's best to kind of pull at a diagonal. Otherwise, you end up pulling some of the watercolor paper off with the tape. And that's pretty much it. You can also add some shimmer to it by adding some pearlized water instead of just plain water. You can use different colors. I have done it with some Pool Party in there too, but these two colors are pretty strong and they pretty much overpower the the Pool Party. So as a comparison, that's how I made the Northern Lights on this one. And it's close. It's not exact. Every single card you do with this technique is going to be different. Please let me know below if you enjoyed this video and if you'd like to see more, and any suggestions on other techniques you'd like to see are welcome. Bye-bye now.